To Adam McKola TV. This is MUFC Transfer Talk. How are you guys doing this lovely evening? Sorry, we're an hour late. We're usually live at 8 p.m. UK time, but today we're going live at 9 p.m. and that's because I've been on the motorway back from London. I've been doing something a little bit different today. I met up with the guys at Crime Investigation channel. If you guys watch that channel or you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I'm a huge fan of the Crime Investigation channel. So often I'll be up late at night watching silly crime investigation shows and all that. The First 48, Homicide Hunter, you know the drill. And I was with those guys today at Wembley speaking a little bit different. But we're here, we're live. It's 9 p.m. UK time. I'm not sure what time it is where you guys are. And I'm sure some of you will let me know now. Ronak, Paul, Rowan, your boy Chims. Thank you all for getting involved, and everybody else as well. If I do miss your comments, Joe, I can see your comment there in full caps. Shahid saying I'm selling out, I promise. I'll always be talking football with you guys, but it's nice to talk something different every now and then. Australia's in the house, says Nick. Was up, says Alfred. Nice to see you, WWE fan. It's 9:02 in London, says Spammer Leader. 4 p.m. in DC. Red Army, how are you doing? And it's a fag break at work time for Ryan. No matter what time it is for you guys, whether it's just before bedtime, you've just woken up, it's lunchtime, or you're having a fag on your break at work, welcome to Adam McKola TV. Today we are talking Romelu Lukaku and of course Alvaro Morata as well. It's another jam-packed MUFC Transfer Talk live stream. We've already got 400 people in the live stream. Thank you all for joining us. This afternoon at 12 p.m. UK time, we did a live stream when the Lukaku news broke. Well, about an hour later, because I was a little bit busy. I didn't see the news until a little bit later. Before I hit the motorway, I jumped on the live stream and we hit a record 1,000 plus people in a live stream. So let's see if we can beat that today. But regardless, thank you all for joining us. 6 a.m. in Australia, it's 3:07 in Jamaica, and it's 10 p.m. in South Africa. You know what time that is. It's transfer talk time. That's a little bit cheesy, isn't it? Anyway, moving on from that. The latest news, if you haven't heard already, if you've been asleep, if you've been at work, school, college, whatever, is that Manchester United have agreed a fee of around £75 million with Everton for striker Romelu Lukaku. Now, you will know that on MUFC Transfer Talk, I've been writing this move off all summer. A few years ago, last summer, last transfer window, the summer before that, before we signed Zlatan, I was saying we should get Romelu Lukaku. He's absolutely mint. I would love him at Manchester United. But this summer, it seemed like he was going to Chelsea for around £100 million. Crazy fee. But now it looks like Manchester United may have stolen a march in the chase for Romelu Lukaku. Now it would mean us going to the kind of number 9 system that we saw under playing with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But we know Romelu Lukaku scores goals in the Premier League, so he's almost guaranteed to replace those goals that Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored. The only difference would be the style of football we will be playing now. I think Lukaku needs to improve in some areas of his game. His first touch, his ball control isn't great at times. And I think his distribution, his short passing anyway, isn't great at times too. But what I will say is he's a fantastic striker. He bullies defences, he's strong, he's quick, he's great in the air, he's great with the ball to his chest. And he bags goals, as we've seen season in, season out in the Premier League. He's been doing it for West Bromwich Albion when he went there on loan. And then, of course, he's been doing it for Everton as well. He obviously started off at Chelsea in England. He came from Belgium. He was at Chelsea in England, obviously under Jose Mourinho. And Jose Mourinho let him go. He let Romelu Lukaku go because he couldn't promise him first team football. But now Romelu Lukaku has proven himself. He gets goals. In 2016-17, he played 56 appearances for club and country, and he got 39 goals and 6 assists. That is a fantastic return from a young striker of 24 years old. You'd expect him to be hit and miss, but he isn't. The only thing that worries me, as I've said, is his distribution and his first touch. We don't want to see rashness from a striker. We want to see smooth football. With the players we've got, Paul Pogba, Herrera, Mata, Mkhitaryan, Martial, Rashford, Lingard, those guys like playing quick, short football. And we need a striker that's going to do that. At times, Romelu Lukaku has done it. But there are a few question marks around him. But one thing I'm not questioning is his goal return. And he will guarantee get us goals in the Premier League. That's why I've been saying we need to sign him over the last year or two. We need to sign him. We did a little show me and Steve with the guys at BBC. And they asked us, who would you like to sign at Man United? And I said Romelu Lukaku. Obviously at the time people were saying, well, Jose's just come in. He's not going to sign him back, is he? But it looks like that could be happening. BBC are saying United have had a fee of around £75 million accepted for Romelu Lukaku. United have been chasing Lukaku for most of the summer. Will not now be pursuing their interest in Real Madrid's Alvaro Morata. And Sky Sports also reiterate this as well, that United will not be going after Alvaro Morata. Now, will that leave Manchester United short up top? What do you guys think to that? Will Man United be short with just Lukaku, Martial and Rashford? How do you feel about going into a season with just Lukaku, Martial and Rashford? Or will Jose Mourinho still sign a striker that is a striker that will be happy to be on the bench? Will he still make a signing like that, a squad player up front? That still remains to be seen. But do you guys think we'll have enough up top with just 3 strikers? I think when we're playing a one-striker system, we can do it. But if we get one injury, a long-term injury, we are fucked a little bit. Alvaro Morata was a rip-off, says Rowan. Will we play 4-4-2 if Morata comes, says Mustafa? I doubt it, but at the moment it doesn't look like Morata is going to come. Red Army says we need Morata. Jeff says you're down with Adam McKola TV. I'm down with you too. I like that, mate. Rizwan says he's devastated we're not getting Morata. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed as well. Look, I totally agree with the club's decision that if we've been getting run around from Real Madrid and they've not been playing ball when we've been trying to make this signing, they've been dragging their heels because of the fact that United messed them about with David De Gea, then United should just pull out of the deal, and I totally understand that. But you also get that nagging feeling that, oh shit, we're not going to get Alvaro Morata, and I think Morata's a fantastic footballer. If he ends up going to Chelsea instead, I'm sure he'll do well there as well. Aiden says we need Lukaku. Now look guys, I've seen a few of you saying, Jim White said this, Jim White said that. Now, I will break this down for you. This site looks to me anyway, and I've read similar online elsewhere, and I totally agree with it. We've got Manchester United sources who are briefing Sky Sports and the BBC and elsewhere with the news that we've agreed a fee of £75 million for Romelu Lukaku. And then we have Jim White, who is friends with the owner of Everton, saying that the deal isn't done. Now, this can often be the case that Everton will say, no, the deal's not done yet. We don't know what you're talking about. Because they might want to get the WAYNE ROONEY move done first. They might want to get another signing done first. They may want to sign some, they want to get bits done themselves. And obviously they're going to come out and say, no, it's not on. If it's not. Now, I don't believe Manchester United would brief the press, which they have obviously done here, saying that we've agreed a fee for someone if we haven't. Could it be a smokescreen to get Real Madrid to accept the fee for Alvaro Morata? But then the BBC are also saying that Jose Mourinho's first choice has always been Romelu Lukaku, which is an interesting one as well. Maybe the way the summer's gone, it's been a case that Romelu Lukaku has all but looked likely to join Chelsea. So United thought, whoa, let's look elsewhere. That move's not happening. And then it's come to light that Lukaku would prefer a move to Manchester United. Now we know Lukaku's agent is Mino Raiola, who also sold Manchester United last summer. Paul Pogba, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Henrik Mkhitaryan. So he's got contacts with the club as well. United losing Zlatan Ibrahimovic. United losing WAYNE ROONEY. We need a big name up top. And Romelu Lukaku is just that. Also, in a positive compared to Alvaro Morata, Romelu Lukaku is almost guaranteed goals in the Premier League. Titan says, whoever we sign, just support them. Aaron says, no Morata, no James. Will he take the number 10 jersey? Says DP Banguera. I'd say number 9 is more or it could be a number 10, I suppose. He would suit number 10 more. Could Rashford get the number 9, or could another signing be coming in? Noel says Morata off, De Gea stays, fuck Madrid. And even though we have pulled out of the move, if we have pulled out of the move for Alvaro Morata, like these reports are suggesting, then that's the one bright side to it all, that we've stuck 2 fingers up at Real Madrid. We've told them to go do one, because they've been fucking us around all summer over Alvaro Morata. United have been getting the run around, and it seems they've been doing talks for Lukaku on the D-Lo. And Real Madrid have been thinking, we hold all the aces here. You want our player. We're going to keep demanding more and more money out of you. And then it was said we offered 70 million euros, and then Real Madrid said they wanted 5 million euros more or something ridiculous like that. And now this news comes out. It just seems like a retaliation to Real Madrid fucking us around. Or could it be a case that Manchester United have yet again done Real Madrid over? Let's hope this means that David De Gea will be staying at Manchester United, certainly for another season at least, because I absolutely love David. Lennon says, Adam, in one word, will we get Lukaku? It looks like it, doesn't it, at this moment, with these rumours that are going on. I don't know nothing either way. I don't have inside sources or anything like that. But all the news at the moment suggests that Manchester United are about to sign Romelu Lukaku. The only person that's saying otherwise is Jim White, who is friends with the owner of Everton. Now, some of you may say, he's friends with the owner of Everton? Who else better to know than the owner of Everton? But the owner of Everton is in a position where he won't want clubs to know that they have just sold Romelu Lukaku for £75 million if they're still in negotiations with those clubs for their players. Keelan is watching all the way in Australia at 4 a.m. Welcome, mate. How you doing? What's happening with our holding midfielder, Adam? Says John. Now, I'm looking at it like this. This is my theory on this all. Now, obviously, in the last couple of weeks, we've heard that Jose Mourinho is pissed off with the lack of transfer activity by Manchester United. This is what we're constantly hearing. Jose Mourinho isn't happy with the lack of transfer activity, blah, 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 blah. United want a striker. We wanted a centre-half. We got that in Lindelof. It seems we want a holding midfielder as well, and an attacking player that can play on the wings like Ivan Perisic. So we want 4 players. We've got 1. Now, to me, the one that we need most out of the other 3, a holding midfielder, a wide attacking player who can play in a number of positions, and also a striker. The one we need most out of those 3 is a striker. So to get that striker wrapped up before pre-season is better for Manchester United than targeting a holding midfielder or an attacking midfielder when we've already got players that can play in those positions. Yes, we do need to fill those positions, but if we're going to be delaying transfer business through the window, we'd rather those positions that are more squad positions that need filled be filled later than one that is a key position. Our striker for next season, our number 9 for next season, is one of our main players in the team. So we need him to be settled quickly than anybody else. And it makes more sense to get that business done first. We've got close to 900 people in at the moment, guys. Thank you very much for 14 minutes into the live stream. Not even halfway through yet, so we've got much more to go. We are here today talking about Romelu Lukaku, Alvaro Morata, Manchester United, Wayne Rooney, and so much more. So keep your comments coming in, keep your questions coming in, and keep liking and subscribing as well, guys. I've had a massive amount of new subscribers today, around 200 new subscribers, so thank you to all you new subscribers. We've got 167 likes compared to 1 unlike on here as well, so keep your likes coming through. Close to 900. So far so good, guys. So far so good, and now we've got 900. Razan says watch this space. Shantanu says, are we going to sign both Morata and Lukaku? Now, like I was saying, mate, Sky Sports and BBC, who have been briefed by Manchester United sources, are saying that Alvaro Morata will no longer be targeted by Manchester United, so that Manchester United will not be targeting him. So it looks like that moves off. Now Verdi Street, or Vardy Street, sorry if I've said that wrong, says £75 million is too much for Romelu Lukaku. Now look, if we were going to be spending the same amount of money on Alvaro Morata, it makes more sense to spend that amount of money on a player that is proven in the Premier League. It's less of a risk. At 24 years old, he's the same age as Alvaro Morata, and at 24 years old, he's only going to get better and improve. If we can get between 5 and 10 years of Romelu Lukaku scoring goals for Manchester United, then that would represent good value for money. In this market, in this day and age, when you see strikers going, when you look at Kylian Mbappe potentially receiving a 3-figure transfer fee, and he's not done it for as long as Romelu Lukaku. When you look at Alvaro Morata, Real Madrid wanting 70, 80 million euros. When you look at the prices elsewhere, it's obviously gonna be high, but I think it's understandable as well, and at least it's not the £100 million that Chelsea were getting quoted. Gacia says, what about the old subscribers? You guys know I love you, man. You guys know I love my old subscribers. I love all of you legends, man. And we've got 1,100 legends in here at the moment. So it's another record-breaking live stream here on Adam McKola TV. 3 record-breaking live streams on the trot. This is what I mean when I say you guys are fucking legends. Let's see how far it can go today. And we're only halfway through the stream. Bang on, you guys. Absolutely bang on. You're on form tonight. Paul Tabularasa says, who next for captain? Now let's talk about captain, because this has obviously been in the news as well recently. With Wayne Rooney looking like he's going to Everton. And we'll use this chance now to talk about Wayne Rooney. The news about Wayne Rooney that broke late last night is that Wayne Rooney is about to join Everton on a free transfer or a loan transfer. It's not too clear at the moment, but it looks like a free transfer. It looks like Wayne Rooney is going to join Everton by the end of this week. It looks like Romelu Lukaku is going to join Manchester United by the end of this week. But Wayne Rooney looking like he's going back to Everton now. For a few weeks, well, for a lot of episodes on here, we're 29 episodes in now, almost 30 episodes. I've been saying Wayne Rooney needs to leave Man United because it's not fair on him. It's not fair on the club if he hangs around the club for no reason. He's surplus to requirements now. That's the best way to put it. And I think it's the best move for him, his family, United, Everton, everybody involved if he leaves and goes to Everton. Great move for him, and I hope he has great success there, except when he plays against Manchester United, because I absolutely love Wayne Rooney. He's done a great job for United. He's a legend at the club. He's won countless titles, 5 league titles, a European Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, Club World Cup, countless charity shields. He's won the lot. So Wayne Rooney's leaving. It's a sad time, but it's the right time for Wayne Rooney to leave. That's my thoughts on it, because if he would have stayed any longer, he would have stunk the place out. He would have ruined his reputation a little bit more at the club, and it wouldn't have been great to watch. So I'm absolutely delighted that Wayne Rooney is going to leave Manchester United at this time. And the boyhood Everton fan returns to his old club. He's only going to have played for 2 teams as well. So yes, he's not a one-man club, but he's going back to the club that he loves, back to his boyhood club, the club that he used to be a ball boy for, the club that he played in their academy, and of course came through the ranks. So fair play to him for going back there, and I'm sure his family will be buzzing about that. And now the talk moves to who will be Manchester United's captain next. Obviously no Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who would have been the obvious choice with Wayne Rooney departing, but Zlatan Ibrahimovic has also departed. So the rumours at the moment are that Michael Carrick will be the captain and Ander Herrera will be vice-captain. But Ander Herrera being vice-captain when Michael Carrick is unlikely to be a regular starter in the Manchester United team is pretty much saying Ander Herrera is the standby captain. And until he gets a little bit more experience with the armband, then we'll make him the captain. So it looks like Ander Herrera is our new long-term captain, guys. But it's just not official yet. It's Captain Carrick until the end of his contract, as Ines Fushi says in the comments. So it's a good day for United fans if you're a fan of Romelu Lukaku, if you're a fan of Ander Herrera and Michael Carrick, to hear this news. Obviously, you have that sadness of Wayne Rooney leaving, but I think the sadness will eventually subside. And I think we'll remember Wayne Rooney for the greatness that he achieved at the club, because he has achieved an awful lot of greatness. Just to improve on the record-breaking stream, we have now gone over 1,250. So thank you all very much for getting involved here on Adam McKola TV. Captain Carrick with loads of love hearts says Oasis, and Ashley says defensive midfield. Defensive midfield, that's all you say. Do you mean who should we sign for defensive midfield? What's your opinion? What are you thinking about that? Aman says, would you sign Nangolan? If we weren't going to sign Matic or Fabinho, I would sign Nangolan. In fact, Nangolan would probably be more preferred to Matic, although I'm not against the signing of Matic. I think Matic would be a great signing for Manchester United. But given Nangolan, I think he's ready for a move to the Premier League. He's been prepped well in Rome. He's had a decent career there, playing alongside the likes of Daniele De Rossi, Francesco Totti. And I think he would do well in the Premier League. He's a nasty bastard, isn't he? And he would boil a lot of piss. And he's the kind of guy to sit behind Herrera and Pogba and allow them to do the damage in a midfield three, or even play alongside Pogba on his own in a midfield two. So he'd give us a couple of options. So absolutely fantastic, that is. Christopher McManus says, any news on Chrissy Smalling? I've actually got McManuses in my family as well, which is interesting. My mother's maiden name, so yeah. Bet you didn't know that. But I forgot your question now that I've moved on from that. Arif, how you doing? Alfred, how are you doing? Noah's back in the house. He says, Valencia should be captain. I think the only thing that lets Antonio Valencia down is the fact that he doesn't speak English an awful lot. He has done one or two interviews recently in English, but he doesn't speak English an awful lot, and that probably lets him down in that sense. Tridib Bose makes a great point and says, Craig Norwood says Lukaku is done. And Craig Norwood does say Lukaku is done as well. I was reading his tweets earlier. Now, if you don't know who Craig Norwood is, he's a photographer at Manchester United. Well, he's a freelance photographer, but he works at Manchester United as well. He gets to take photos at Manchester United, which is a great job considering he's a Man United fan as well, I think. Well, I know. But Craig, anyway, has been tweeting now. If you don't know who Craig Norwood is, he's on Twitter a lot. And when he follows a player, it usually means he's about to be announced as a Manchester United player. Now, he's retweeted quite a few tweets on Lukaku, so I'll read them out because they're from prominent people in the Manchester United community or in the Manchester press. Andy Mitten says Lukaku, 24, the same age as his close mate Pogba. Perfect age to sign a player. Hope they combine as well on pitch as off it. Bang on there as well. Paul Pogba signing with one of his mates yet again. Morata's one of his mates. Lukaku's one of his mates. Zlatan was one of his mates. Just bringing them through. Can you imagine? Because Lukaku and Pogba are together on holiday in I think LA or Miami, something like that. Can you imagine how those two are feeling right now with Lukaku all but confirmed as a Man United player? They must be absolutely buzzing. And then Simon Stone goes on to say Lukaku deal in top 5 biggest fees worldwide and second behind Pogba, another Raiola client in England. Mino Raiola absolutely rolling in the money. And then we're reading some Craig Norwood's tweets now. His first tweet was, welcome Romelu Lukaku to Manchester United. First game in red, hopefully against LA Galaxy, over in LA on the 15th of July. So he's gone as far as saying Romelu Lukaku will be in the Man United squad, hopefully in the squad for the game against LA Galaxy. So he's really confident that this deal is done, and he doesn't say those things unless he means them, unless he knows for sure. That's the beautiful thing about Craig Norwood. He's not about to put his reputation at risk for a couple of retweets, that's for sure. And then he goes on to say the MUFC squad fly out for their pre-season tour on Sunday afternoon. Club hopeful medical terms done for Lukaku to be on that plane. And now obviously Romelu Lukaku is already in America, so could it be a case of him doing his medical in America and just staying in America and waiting for the squad? Could be. Ronak says, are we signing Lukaku or Stormzy, pointing at the fact that they both look very alike. Although not identical, but they do look alike. Nixon thinks Lukaku is going to get 30 goals plus. Lukaku is effing lazy, yo. And then someone else said, he's a brilliant player, stop moaning. Sorry, the comments are moving very, very quickly, so if I don't read your name out, that is why. Lukaku Magnifico, says Marco Enzo Polo, with a little bit of Italian in the comments. Hi from Massachusetts, USA, says McKola. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Do you think Lukaku's arrival improves our attack on last season? Is he an improvement? Isn't he improvement rather on Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Not immediately, but he can be, because one thing about Romelu Lukaku is he bullies the younger, you know, the smaller teams in the Premier League, these smaller teams in the Premier League, yeah, they get absolutely dominated by Romelu Lukaku. And he will bag goals for United for fun at home, that's for sure. Obviously, the big question mark over him is, can he do it in the big games? Because at Everton, he's rarely done it in the big games. But what I would say to you is, look at Everton's record in those big games. When you look at them, that hasn't been great. People often compare him to Harry Kane, and I think Harry Kane's another fantastic number 9. But Harry Kane plays in a well-oiled, well-organised unit that is Tottenham Hotspur, and he's fighting at the top end of the table. Romelu Lukaku doesn't, and he still keeps up with him in the goals. So you've got to give him a lot of respect for what he's done. You've got to give him a lot of respect for what he's done. His goal ratio is absolutely fantastic, particularly for a young man. But he's done great, and I hope he can continue that at Old Trafford. And I'm sure Jose Mourinho is the man to get the best. Hi guys, I do apologise about that. I've lost most of you now, but the ones that have stayed with us, thank you very much for waiting with me, and thank you very much for your patience. We are back, we are up and running, and we are live again on Adam McKola TV. This is MUFC Transfer Talk. I was in the middle of talking about Romelu Lukaku and how he's not really a big game striker, is what people say about him. He's not a big game striker. This is not that, is not this, is not that. That's what they say about Romelu Lukaku. But I think in his favour, you've got to say he's been playing for a side. He gets compared to Harry Kane an awful lot. He gets compared to Harry Kane every single time. But in his favour, he hasn't performed in the big games, because if you look at Everton's record, it hasn't been great in those big games. So how can you expect their main man to perform in the big games when their club doesn't perform, when their midfield, when their defence doesn't perform? So you have to take into consideration when making the comparisons between Romelu Lukaku and between Harry Kane, in that Romelu Lukaku has been playing for a side that isn't as good as Tottenham. So you have to give him a break in that aspect of things. He will only get better as well, Romelu Lukaku. He will get better as the years go by. His goal scoring record has been absolutely incredible. And we saw the way Jose Mourinho managed Didier Drogba. The way he managed Didier Drogba was absolutely incredible. And he managed Didier Drogba into one of the best strikers in the world when he was at his peak. And if Jose Mourinho can do that with Romelu Lukaku, he can improve Romelu Lukaku in terms of his distribution and his first touch. And Romelu Lukaku can improve on the things that he's already very good at: his finishing, his bullying of defenders, his aerial ability, his chest control, his ability with his back to goal. If he can improve on those things as well, then Romelu Lukaku will be an absolutely monstrous signing for Manchester United. He will succeed at Manchester United. And I think he's a great signing for Jose Mourinho. And you look at our spine of the team. When you look at that team and you think Paul Pogba, Romelu Lukaku, Ander Herrera, Eric Bailly, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, who could be playing in that midfield, David De Gea. That spine is absolutely fantastic. And then you look at the other areas of the team. Anthony Martial, Luke Shaw, who's got potential. Hopefully he has a good time this season. We need probably a younger right back. Valencia isn't going to be around forever. Mkhitaryan's going to improve. We've got players that can improve all over the park. Marcus Rashford. So this team is really, really exciting. And I think Romelu Lukaku fits in with that ethos at Manchester United. young players as well that can improve, but also players that can absolutely perform here and now. And I think Romelu Lukaku is that man. When people are talking about the fact that United have been after Alvaro Morata and Real Madrid, I was excited about the prospect of signing Alvaro Morata. But then Real Madrid kept dragging their heels and fucking around and demanding more and more money. And United have told him, fuck off, we'll go elsewhere. And Romelu Lukaku, for that money, is less of a risk because he's guaranteed goals in the Premier League. Someone just reading your comments out. Himanshu, thank you for subscribing. Welcome new subscribers. Welcome old subscribers. Thank you all for getting involved here on Adam McKola TV. We're almost 30 live streams in now with this MUFC Transfer Talk. And today we hit a record 13, I think it was 1,350 live streams until we hit that technical lag. And then we obviously lost a couple of hundred. But thank you all for sticking with us today. We've been talking Morata move, how the move for Alvaro Morata is seemingly off now, as Manchester United have all but wrapped up a deal for Romelu Lukaku. Yes, Everton are currently denying that at the moment, but clubs will often deny that because they don't want other teams to know that they've got money while they're out shopping for players. We already know Everton have been making a lot of business this season, and they continue to make business as well. Will they be getting WAYNE ROONEY? That one looks likely, and it looks like Romelu Lukaku will be coming in the opposite direction. But of course, that means Alvaro Morata will not come over to Manchester United now. United will no longer pursue a deal with Real Madrid for Alvaro Morata in what has already been a roller coaster of a transfer window, from the Griezmann move seemingly on and then off, definitely off, but then, ooh, is it on again next year? From David De Gea looking like he's going to leave Manchester United to potentially staying at Manchester United again. WAYNE ROONEY looking like he's going to stay at Manchester United to then leaving, heading for Everton. And Romelu Lukaku, who all but seemingly was surely going to Chelsea, looks like he's now going to end up at Old Trafford in a Manchester United shirt with his best mate Paul Pogba knocking in the goals, while the move for Alvaro Morata has already fallen through. So that's what it looks like happening at the moment. Lindelof has been signed up by Manchester United, and it looks like Lukaku will be the next one in. Who will be in after him? Fabinho, Matic, Nangolan. Who's it going to be? Will Darmian leave? Will he follow WAYNE ROONEY out of the club? Will Chrissy Smalling leave? So much more to come on Adam McKola TV and on these MUFC Transfer Talk live streams here throughout the summer. We got so much more coming. And I've got so much more to do this week as well. Tomorrow, I'm in Manchester at Old Trafford. If I get news, I'll do a live stream from Old Trafford. But I'm going to be at Old Trafford tomorrow filming some stuff with Copper 90. And then on Saturday, we've got the Fan League football tournament, where I can't tell you what's going down there, but it's going to be fucking epic, and I'll try and get a vlog out of that as well. And then we've also got all the transfer news coming through at the same time. So thank you all for joining me, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Make sure you smash that like button, just like Agusia says in the comments. Malvin, thank you for your lovely words. Everybody, thank you for your comments at the moment. And please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, share this video with your friends as well. Can we hit 40k by the start of the Premier League campaign? Right now, you guys have got me feeling confident about that. Anyway, guys, I've been Adam McKola. Sorry for the small technical difficulties, but now I am definitely out of here.